Hello and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And we are looking at the most trending story this week. And this is the story of Zimbabwe Parliament and Senate President Mabel Chinomona. According to site, Parliament spent around 400,000 United States dollars beautifying Senate President Chinomona's private home. This is something which is very important to note. This is beautifying, not building or purchasing, just beautifying an existing home of the Senate President. 400,000 United States dollars used. And if you are to do the math, just divide by 25,000, you see how many blocks they would have built in deserving areas across Zimbabwe and around Zimbabwe. So this is what is happening. And the biggest issue is not that they beautified the home. The issue is they did so without any kind of procurement. And this was flagged by the Auditor General, and nobody cares to deal with this whole issue. So Parliament spent around 400,000 of public funds upgrading the private residence of Senate President Mabel Chinomona, purchasing luxury fittings including curtains, beds, kitchen appliances, vases, flower pots, in transactions that systematically bypass the tender procedures and investigation by site. An investigation by site is established. The documents obtained by site show that the expenditure amounting to 372,260 was authorized through hand-picked suppliers despite multiple payments exceeding procurement thresholds that legally require open competitive bidding. The spending was flagged by Auditor General Ria Kujinga in her 2023 and 2024 audit reports on Parliament, which concluded that the transactions circumvented procurement laws and exposed the Parliament to financial abuse. This is what is happening. Parliament is supposed to give oversight when it comes to how the nation is run. They're supposed to make sure that there is oversight. They're supposed to make sure that there is transparency, there is accountability. But the same Parliament is lacking transparency, is lacking oversight on its own. And this is being done to a private home, a private residence of an individual. So imagine what would happen to the Speaker of Parliament's house, what would happen to houses of top big people within Zimbabwe. That is a cause of concern. So what we can say, or what we can take from this report, is that there is institutional breakdown and abuse of public funds. Parliament and its functions, the functions of Parliament have been eroded and corroded. There is nothing to talk about. Misuse of public funds is there, and they've acted outside their constitutional mandate. What it means is state resources are being personalized, and if it is happening through Parliament or within the Parliament itself, there is a very big problem. This is not the first scandal. Few years ago, or a few months ago, there was a talk which we reported about laptops which went for 9,000 United States dollars. And people asked, what kind of laptop is that which costs 9,000 United States dollars? And nothing happened to the people involved. So what it means is, between the issue of accountability is no longer there. It has collapsed. Personal benefits are now order of the day within the government of Zimbabwe. And this reinforces a view that elite entitlement is now across the government. Those who call themselves elites, they feel that they are entitled to anything and everything. We have the procurement laws in the nation of Zimbabwe. Parliament is supposed to make sure that these laws, they are followed to the letter. But where there is no transparency, where there is no accountability, then the problem continues. So this is a complete and a clear violation of Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Assets Act. which parliament should make sure that they use to question others who would have violated the same. But this is an act of parliament. What it means is parliament becomes an overseer of that act. So if they are found wanting, how are they going to hold other ministries and departments accountable? They can't. So how do you bypass competitive tendering if that is allowed by the law? If that is what is required by the law? There is no justification whatsoever of handpicking other suppliers to say, okay, I want to give you a few examples. Imagine if Parliament had said, we have used the Public Works Department to do this job. This is a government-owned department. We have used this company owned by the government to do this. It was going to be justifiable. It was going to be explained in better detail. Imagine if they said, we used these companies which are owned by the government because they are cheaper. They are the cheapest. It was going to be better. But these are private companies, and the profits are being pocketed into the pockets of private individuals. Imagine, guys, imba market in 64,000 United States dollars. 64,000 market in chat. What kind of curtains are those? So, you know, this is a sign of collusion between officials and contractors, and corruption. It's now the order of the day, and they will tell you we are fighting corruption, personal corruption, this and that, but they say so by the day, and by the night they'll be colluding to steal. So there is no accountability, there is no value for money, there is no rule-based governance. Whatever which is happening, everything is being done according to whoever is thinking. So it's not surprising, because a lot of people are surprised to see Parliament doing that. To me, it's not surprising, because recently in 2023, after the 2023 elections, we saw the Speaker of Parliament removing elected officials who were not recalled by their party, who were being recalled by criminals, individuals who came from the power to come and say we are recalling A, B, C, D. And the leader of the political party said, I have not authorized these recalls, and Parliament ignored it. So when you are seeing all these things happening now, just know Guti, these are the results. Those zvibereko zveparliament kudzinga kwayaita vanhu. So this is happening at the time where civil servants are earning nothing, where you go into the hospitals, they lack basics. You know, there was a story which was posted online about Ebed Chitepo Clinic just after White House along Blawai Road, where nothing was there, bandages, medicines, whatsoever, nothing was there. And money is being used to benefit individuals, and government institutions, they do not have basics. So Parliament will tell you, we do not have resources, this and that, but they'll be using money just like this. That is Parliament for you. So when we are saying we have a predatory government which is feeding itself while the country is bleeding, a lot of people will say you hate, but that is reality, that is the truth. So Zimbabwe, when you're looking at it, how does international partners look at Zimbabwe? Because imagine you'll be crying, we need money for A, B, C, D, and people will be in real need for assistance. But international partners, donors, whatsoever, when they are looking at the case of Zimbabwe, they will see a country which is so rich, but resources being misused, and they won't help. So Parliament no longer have moral authority. How can they call for accountability when they cannot be accountable themselves, when they are found wanting by the Auditor General? And when the law is no longer respected, the findings of the Auditor General, they are dismissed, they are not, put into consideration. Nobody cares about them. So who is going to oversee public spending? Who is going to hold the executive to account if Parliament is compromised like this? So there is no oversight. It's now hypocrisy. And when you are hearing anti-corruption hearings within Parliament of Zimbabwe, just know that they are no longer legitimate, because Parliament itself is running itself illegitimately. So the last line of accountability pillars has been compromised. Who then is going to help us? Who then is going to assist us? Because outside Parliament, the only unit which can also save us is the ZDF. The ZDF varutengerwa mota nembavha vachitogamuchira Christmas gifts kubva kumbavha. So guys, ndo patinotaura papa ichiti nyika ino kwairi kuenda kumawere. Iri kuenda kumawere because they continue to protect each other. They continue to give each other selective immunity, and they continue to have factional shielding. But at the end of the day, nothing works. So a lot of people have been saying, will public anger and political consequences follow? I doubt. Why? It's because when you are looking at the situation right now, there are a lot of things which need to be put in line, which need to be dealt with. So all those things, they require a lot. And personally, I think that this is too much for the people of Zimbabwe right now. It's too much for the people of Zimbabwe. So we need to be organized, because we have been too disorganized. As a nation, we need to be organized. We need to unite. And we actually need to make sure that we spread one message. If we get an opportunity, we need to maximize that opportunity and make sure that we get results. Because what is happening, we have to stop it as the people. No one is going to save us. The military is compromised. Parliament is compromised. Each and every institution is compromised now. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. Ndo mabasa ezvigananda. And the biggest question is, for how long is this going to continue? How can Parliament, without public procurement, use the 400,000 just to beautify imba ya Chinomona? So it is no nyadzisa hama dzangu, but it is what it is. This is what is happening. This is what we have for you. Let us meet in other episodes as well as other broadcasts.